Good morning, YouTube. Hey, so today we're going to do a break and run. It's going to be a straight pull break and run. Um, the 9 ball, my shoulder is still hurt, so the breaks aren't a good thing for it, so I'm trying to let it rest. I'm going to try here a standard break, which is top inside English. You hit the side of the rack, you roll forward off 2 rails and out to the center of the table. The 6 comes back and double kisses me, so I'm kind of messed up. So I'm going to try to re-break this, and the cue ball lands really funny. So anytime you're re-breaking, you're always trying to make sure you have a ball to shoot at. And now I'm going to have to re-break again. I've got the 13 cut in the corner, but I need to make sure I have a ball to shoot at after it. So in choosing how to hit this, I can either use top or bottom. I'm going to choose top. And the reason I choose top is the way that the 15's lying, it's going to roll forward and give me a shot. And I'm going to be using the bridge, which is going to be awkward to begin with. So I'm going to play this to make the 13 and to leave myself a shot on the 15. And that's exactly what happens. Now the 6 is rolled up into a perfect break position. That's my break ball. I'm going to use a 6 as my break ball. I don't have a key ball yet. I've still got kind of a mess to deal with. Got problem balls all over the place. So I'm going to try to get position on the 3 to run up into the 9, 7, 14, 2 and maybe break that cluster up. And I get the position, but I hit the 9 a little thin and the 2 rolls over and freezes up to my break ball. Now that's a problem. That's a real problem. Um, I do have a shot on the 11. I'm going to go ahead and take it. I bump the 8 out. Okay, so what I have to do is I have to make balls, and I need to get to the 8 ball and use that to get the 2 out of there. But to do this, I have to move that, I think it's the 10. Yeah, the 10 ball. And I have to move the 14. Those 2 balls are right on the path that the 2 ball needs to take, so I need to get those 2 out of the way. Okay, those 2 are out of the way, so now I'm going to start working on getting a leave on the 2. Um, I'm almost straight in on this 5. I'm going to force follow around. A little bit of right hand English to try to get on the 8 on the angle I need. I'm a little too, I didn't go quite far enough. I needed a little bit more here to avoid bumping the 4 ball. So I'm going to take the 9 and draw back. Uh, I do have the I do have this ball up the table, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot that, use that to get a leave on the 4, move the 4 out of the way so I have a clear path to the 8 and to the angle that I need on the 2. If I can roll up to almost exactly where the 8 is, maybe a half inch or an inch further down, I'll be perfect on this break shot. You can see I'm measuring the angle there. I need to be about half an inch forward of where the 8 is. So I'm going to draw off the 4. I got a little bit of angle. I used the ball up the table to create an angle on the 4. I did not have one before. I get on the 8. I've got a little bit of angle on the 8. That's good. But this is a really touchy shot. This has to be almost perfect. And I end up on the wrong side of the 2. So I can still make the 2, so I'm going to make the 2. My thought is I'm going to use top English. I'm going to push the 6 to the end rail, and the cue ball is going to come up. And I had the speed backwards. I thought the 6 would roll where the 1 or where the cue is, and the cue would roll where the 6 is. So I kind of got the speed on those 2 backwards. Live and learn. Now I have a horrible break shot. My choices are I can use top left and run around the table and go 3 rails and try to hit the right side of the rack, which stands a pretty good chance of scratching if I actually get that angle, which is very difficult to get from here. I can cut the 6 back in the other corner and go off the left rail, the top rail, the right rail, back again to the left rail, and into the rack. But I'm going to lose so much momentum that the odds of me getting a break and getting a shot are almost none. And my third option is I can try to pocket this in the top left. If I pocket it in the top left, I can try to draw for a break. And if the cue ball misses the rack, I'll end up with a pretty good safe. So that's going to be my choice. I'm going to shoot at the top left corner. I'm going to use bottom right hand English, and I'm going to try to draw around the two rails and nip either the 10 or the 13 on the left side of the bottom of the rack. And hopefully the 13 rolls out enough to be makeable, and the cue ball ends up over on that side. But I missed the rack, so now I have to play that safety, and I'm going to play, this is my favorite safety in the entire game of straight pool. You just roll into the second ball behind it rolls to the rail, and you break out part of the rack and leave nothing for your opponent. All right, so that's it for the daily break and run for today.